All right. Good Sunday morning to everyone. It is time for NFL Pregame Party. Week 1 tailgate. Time to talk about week 1 and what's going on. We've already had 2 games. We've already had the second week of college football. So we got a lot to talk about. Let's say hi to everybody. Oh my God. Check out John.
Yep, using my new avatar.
That's nice, man. That's nice. I like
The
it.
one I got for the Friday night show.
There you go,
Since I'm
man. That's
doing
cool.
post-apocalyptic games.
Yeah, very cool, man. I like it. I like it. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing good.
That's good. That's good. Knock, how you doing?
Good, good. Just enjoyed all day of college football, and now it's gonna be an all day of NFL football. I'm ready for some NFL. It's been really fun doing the college, but and I'm actually a lot more into it than I am the NFL this year, kind of. But I know where the best players are, and that's the NFL. That's where you're gonna get the best stuff.
Well, my brother wouldn't agree with you. He likes college a little bit more than he does the NFL. But how are you doing this morning, Highlander? What's up?
Good. LSU, they woke up in the second half, handled business, so they got the home opener. They didn't look overly impressive, but they did enough to beat a pretty sound Nichols team. Yeah, I'm looking forward to NFL this year. For some reason, I'm a little bit hype about it this year. I know the Saints are going to be garbage, but it'll be interesting to see what they do this year.
It's great that
Dennis
they're in
Allen's
such a great division.
Yeah, it's Dennis Allen's shit or get off the pot year, so we'll see how that goes. Hey, quick question: can I change my NFC North pick now that Green Bay's freaking quarterback got his knee blown out? How bad is that injury?
I don't know. I haven't heard.
He's out at least a month. At least a month.
It's just a sprained MCL. It's not a tear, so he'll be back.
Okay.
But it's still 3 to 4 weeks though.
I'll just have to stick with my pick then.
Okay, are you sure? Because I'll change it for you, Daniel.
I'm going to stick now. Injuries happen, so there you go.
Yeah, you can't change it now.
Yeah,
you can't change it now.
I'm taking Green Bay, so there you go.
You don't believe in Malik Willis, bro? Come on, man.
Not the Malik Willis.
The Malik Willis from Tennessee. He's now the backup of the Green Bay. Well, you know what? They signed him because he did so well in the preseason for the Titans. So that's a good thing for Green Bay, I guess.
So that's 2 starting quarterbacks in the NFC North that have been injured, right?
Yeah, because they did. What's his name? JJ McCarthy from the team that took it on the chin yesterday, from Texas, the world champs there, or say the world champs, the champions of college football, Michigan Wolverines took it on the chin yesterday.
Yeah, they did. They got stampeded yesterday.
Yeah, they did. Yes, they did. And I for one enjoyed every second of it. I'm a big Oklahoma Sooner fan, and I was texting with Dallas all day long during that game. I was like, go ahead, man, beat their ass, because I can't stand the Wolverines, man. I really can't stand Michigan. But that's a good segue to our college football report from Knock. Go ahead and get started there, buddy boy.
Yeah. Just going to point out a lot of this season. I'm going to be probably pointing out games that aren't going to matter as much to other people. But right now, the great thing about the start of the season is everyone has a chance.
Yeah.
Especially with this 12-team playoff. So
yep.
Definitely going to be pointing out potential, group of 5 winners. That because there's one slot that one group of 5 is going to win. Yep. And right now, the main teams for that slot is Boise State, Tulane, who both lost yesterday, and then Memphis is one of the bigger ones too, and Memphis won. So it's going to be a race for that group of 5 slot for sure. Mm-hmm. Anyways, pretty good, decent game on Friday night. BYU and SMU. That was pretty good. BYU pulled it out at the end with a good field goal. And, of course, we go right into the noon games. Texas and Michigan was obviously a big game, but it was never a game.
No, it wasn't.
From the start, Matthew McConaughey, always looking good in his cowboy hat, cheering on.
Yep.
Texas destroyed them.
All right.
Yeah, all right.
That's it.
Georgia had a useless game. Ohio State, poor Western Michigan, they got destroyed. 56-0. So not much there. Alabama, it was a pretty tough. This score 42-16 is a lot bigger than it was during the game. I think half of those points I think were scored in the fourth quarter for Alabama. It was a really close game during it. But the biggest upset of the weekend, NIU and Notre Dame. And
man,
this is crazy. Notre Dame just couldn't get any offense going. And I think you want to show something for this one, Joe.
Yeah. I tell you, it was something. I watched that game from beginning to end, and
same.
It was a shocker, no doubt about it. The whole game, I was like, man, Notre Dame needs to get their stuff together.
I'm always on the lookout for upsets, so anytime I see
guys
something,
came
I'm
to play,
right
you know. And what was really cool about it was the head coach's interview. If you guys haven't seen this, hang on, let me add it up here. I'm going to play some of it, but just how emotional this guy was. Apparently, he played there as a young man, and
they've never beaten a top 10 team, I think it was.
Yep. Where is the sound at? Oh, hang on. Let me get this rebooted. He was trying to be cool, man. He really was, but it didn't work out for him.
Where are these onions coming from?
Right. Who's chopping onions over here, man? Let me get. Let's see. Get this. Let me make sure. I wonder why it's not working.
You got the
sound okay. Good? Yeah. The tab was muted. Okay. Here we go.
The ups and downs
Check this out.
Of this ball game. Let's throw it down to Zora with Coach Hammock.
Coach, I can sense that you need a moment. Top 5 opponent. This is NIU's first win against a top 10 opponent ever. And for people who need context,
ever,
you wore this jersey
in their history.
It's deep for you. Why?
Yeah, I'm so proud of our kids, the coaches, just everybody. They believed. They believed. And we came here and got it done.
That's what makes college football so great.
That you didn't need anyone to be a superhero or superhuman. They just needed to be.
And they got over $1 million for that game too. By the way.
Yeah, they got paid to play there. If you guys don't understand how that works,
they listened to what I said. I told them all week, we don't need luck. We just got to be our best. And they was their best today, and we was able to get it done.
I'm not going to show that whole thing, but it was really cool to watch, man. Because
and they'll probably lose every other game from the rest of the year.
Yes,
but,
they're going to get
it doesn't matter.
A lot of games. Yeah,
but no, that guy's stock just went up tenfold.
Yeah,
100-fold.
Absolutely.
That's a signature. That in a college football game, that's a signature win.
Yeah, he will be the head coach at that university as long as he wants to be moving forward.
From that one
just
win,
gotta believe
right
that.
there. Yep. Mm-hmm. It was
Oh,
cool.
he's not going to be there for long though. If they make a bowl game this year, he's not there. He's not there after
right.
the season.
He'll get a better job.
He's going to coaching carousel is going to he's going to get a higher team somewhere.
Yeah. He may not want a higher team.
That's the thing.
That's
like
true.
Danny said.
That's true. But I feel like
that guy's got.
That's true.
He loves
but if he got Oregon
State,
if Oregon was calling, John, if Oregon was calling, if Ole Miss was calling,
he may not. He may not, man.
I don't know. He'd have to consider it. At the very least, he'd have to consider it.
Yeah. But I tell you, that's like my brother was saying. That's what's really cool. Sometimes you get those Appalachian states that come out and whoop your ass. Notre Dame obviously was either looking ahead or playing down to their competition. And at the end of the game, they had a chance for a field goal, and it was the second blocked field goal by the friggin'
it was like a 62-yarder, though. Like it probably wouldn't have made it.
Probably wouldn't have made it. He had to kick it flat.
There's a lot of parity in college football anymore. These two-tier universities are not that far away from the big boys anymore, and you see that every week. Every week, look at Penn State. I mean, they had to really battle to win their game against Bowling Green.
Yeah.
LSU. Nichols came in there, was physical with LSU. So, if you're not prepared, if you think I'm Notre Dame, I'm going to walk on this field and get this win, that's not the case anymore. It just isn't.
Notre Dame gets overhyped as well too. So.
They do. Yeah, I gotta
They
say,
really do. They
every
really
year
do.
they're
Like last week,
up
they were like,
there.
"Oh, they beat Texas A&M." Texas A&M hasn't done shit
Right? They haven't done anything.
since Johnny Manziel was there. So like the fact that they were ranked, I didn't understand that. They didn't deserve to be ranked. And then Notre Dame beats them last week, so they're like, "Oh, they beat a ranked team, handily." Okay, I mean Notre Dame's good.
I gotta say, I enjoyed every minute watching the games yesterday because I can't stand Michigan, and it was fun to watch Ewers just slice them up. That was awesome, and friggin' that kid's good. I'm enjoying watching him play. I think he's gonna do good at the next level.
I thought maybe Buffalo would have a chance, but
dude, yeah, I turned that on and they were down 4 touchdowns at halftime.
I took a glimpse of that game, but once it got to 21-0, I turned it off. I'm like, I don't really care for blowouts.
Team. They got a good little program going there in Missouri, man. They really do. That coach has them playing pretty solid football.
Yeah.
But Ole Miss taking care of business over the team that gives Joe the most fits in college football.
Man, these guys, every
Middle
time
Tennessee
I play, Middle Tennessee State plays like the 49ers every time I play that damn video game. I'm like, shit.
Boise almost pulled out the upset. Unfortunately, a kick return for a touchdown, a punt return for a touchdown. They just couldn't stop Oregon. And I think Oregon probably could have scored a lot more in this game. But Dylan Gabriel, their quarterback that transferred over from Oklahoma, and the receivers aren't quite there yet. Their receivers are fat. They got behind the Broncos defense so many times, but they weren't on the same page, so they're like missed throws, like just out of reach. So they could have scored a lot more. But Ashton Genty, 192 yards rushing. He's still a beast. Boise State the fact that they went toe-to-toe with Oregon, number 7 in the country, I think that still bodes well. I think even in this, and this is completely biased, but I think even with this loss, Boise State should still be ranked at least number 25. But they're still one of the front runners to get that Group of 5 slot. And I think they'll look back at this game and look, they 3 points from number 7. So definitely some positive that one. Penn State, this. Bowling Green, this was a back and forth game for sure. This was a tough one, but unfortunately the Bowling Green had too many turnovers. Got him in the end. Mizzou, didn't watch much of this game because it was there was no match there. 38-0. Utah, I guess Cam Rising got hurt again. I don't.
Yeah, he got hurt on a free play when he's running out of bounds and injured.
Yeah. And so they took him out for the rest of the game.
That game was not even close until he got injured, and then
it was 23-0.
They couldn't generate any offense.
Yeah,
this is Utah's quarterback got hurt.
Yeah, Cam Rising. He's back for his 7th years, and he's finally back. But last they showed his 2 middle fingers were taped together. I don't know if he's okay or if he's going to be playing again. I don't know.
Danny, hang on real quick. It just comes to mind these freak injuries. Did I hear you lost your running back again?
Yeah, Emery is out for the season. Yeah, he's
unbelievable, man. It's such a shame. That guy is so talented, and he just cannot stay on the field. Jeez, wow. Okay, go ahead, Knock. I just wanted to
Miami played an FCS team, destroyed them. Miami's probably one of the favorites to get the ACC this year, especially with Florida State being Florida State. USC, that was the latest game. Started at 11 p.m. Eastern last night. But they beat up Utah State 48-0. This is a game I have to watch. Tennessee and North Carolina State, but Tennessee destroyed.
I mean,
them.
they nuked that team. That's the one I was watching late. Yeah. Ugh.
I didn't watch this one, but Houston at Oklahoma. I was kind of paying attention to the score, but Houston almost pulled it out.
Yeah.
What's going on with Oklahoma? 16-12. That was a close one.
I think Oklahoma's still trying to find their identity over there. Arkansas. They gave that game away.
Yeah, this was a fun game. I did have this game on. This was a lot of fun. Went into overtime. But they gave up a touchdown late in the game to
Oklahoma State to tie it. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So and then Oklahoma State. That could have been an upset right there. And then Arkansas would have been ranked next week. But there you go. SEC can't handle it, I guess. Big 12. But whatever.
Whatever.
This was a fun game. Kansas State and Tulane.
Damn it.
Oh man, I was pulling for Tulane. I always pull for upsets. So, but Tulane, that field with that logo in the middle just looks so damn good. But The Greenway.
Benson Field,
I don't
by
know
the
what
way.
it is.
Benson Field. It's named after Mr. Benson, the guy that owned the Saints for so long. The Benson family still owns the Saints, don't
yes,
they? Yeah,
they still do. Yep.
But I believe a touchdown was called back as a non-touchdown, and it just hurt Tulane.
And there was a freak turnover at the end of the game that Kansas State scored a touchdown on. Tulane, that's another program that's they play solid football every year. I think they're in the American. I don't know what the name of
They're
that
in the
conference
AAC,
is.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
but they're solid, and yeah,
One of the front runners for the
they
group of
let
five
that one get away from them.
the AAC stands for American Athletic Conference, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's what it stands for. Yeah.
Yep.
I
We
had
can skip
never
over
looked
this
at
next one.
Tulane's field. You're right. It does look nice.
It looks tough as nails, doesn't it? Yeah. Go ahead.
We don't need to talk about that one.
Which
LSU,
one?
Nah.
Shush up. Let my brother talk. Come on.
They played an FCS team,
Yeah,
barely beat them.
I mean,
barely.
they really didn't get into gear until the second half. They were kind of sleepwalking through the first half. They're going to South Carolina. South Carolina went into Kentucky yesterday and whooped up on them. So big game right off the top. So we'll see if they can get it together.
Yeah.
I watched this one. This was a boring game, but I still paid attention to it. KU at Illinois. This is another upset, but Illinois did get the win.
KU should never be ranked. I'm sorry, they should not be ranked. They are
They-
a
they-
basketball
they-
university. Forget that football program.
Yeah, they always get ranked at the beginning until they lose, and then they don't go back. One of the teams I'm watching this year is Arizona. I think they won like 8 games in a row last year to finish the season, and dominated. So I'm gonna keep an eye on them. Another upset: Iowa State over Iowa.
Yes.
Iowa was cruising.
Talk to me, man.
It was like 20-0, I think, before or something like that. It's 17-0 or something, and then all of a sudden they just stopped doing offense. They forgot how to do offense, and then Iowa State clawed back and then got the field goal late to get ahead. Yeah,
There's a great name,
game-winning
right?
field goal.
Cyclones. Yeah, I love that name.
Yeah. And then I guess you could call this an upset. Syracuse, who's got Kyle McCord from Ohio. He left Ohio last year. Beat Georgia Tech, who was ranked. So I'm sure Syracuse will get that spot. App State could not do a repeat. They got destroyed by Clemson. Absolutely destroyed by Clemson.
Yeah.
And then let's see if there's any other. I watched the Pitt and Cincinnati game. This was really decent, 28-27. Let's see. Memphis I'm looking out for because Memphis has Florida State next week. And as I mentioned, Memphis is one of the group of 5 potential playoff teams.
You talking about that 0-2 Florida State team?
Yeah, right? Yeah, so they could potentially be, next week they could potentially be 0-3.
0-3, yeah.
I'm absolutely rooting for Memphis on this one.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Much
Army.
as they bitched about not being in it,
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. Army rolling along 2-0.
I just became the head coach of that team in our dynasty. Yes.
Let's see here. Just kind of looking at. I watched the Cal and Auburn game. Cal actually got the. I guess I don't know if this is an upset or not because it's not ranked, but you got ACC beating an SEC team in Auburn. Auburn's not crazy good, but still, it's a good win for Cal.
Traditionally pretty tough. Now we're watching. If Matt's watching, he's going to be upset with you for saying
Yeah.
that.
And Highlander mentioned this one, the South Carolina beating up Kentucky. It wasn't even a match, 31-6. That was
well. Anytime you're watching an SEC or ACC game and the team is wearing blue and it's Kentucky or Duke, these are basketball teams.
Kentucky's SEC, bro. That's the SEC.
I know.
Yeah,
that's what I said.
both,
the SEC
they're
or
both,
ACC. ACC's Duke, right? Aren't they in the ACC?
I think Stoops' battery life is going dead over there because they just can't seem to get anything moving over there. They've had some good talent in Kentucky, but they just can't seem to get it together. And now, because South Carolina didn't look good at all week 1, and they go into Kentucky and look like
put
world
the boots
beaters.
to them. Yeah.
This one I had on, but I didn't pay too much attention to it. But I did. It was one of the games I had on. Michigan State over Maryland. This is a pretty decent game, 27-24. Let's see here.
There's some Madden scores.
Yeah, right.
6-0.
Yeah. Boston College. They're making their ACC run.
Hey, Knock, did the Air Force play yesterday?
They lost. Yeah, they're coming up. But they lost. They were the only armed forces team that lost yesterday.
Damn.
This one surprised me. Now Texas State might need to start getting some love. Texas State over UTSA, 49-10. They destroyed them. So this is a potential group of 5 challenger as well. That was crazy to watch them do that. Let's see, only a couple left. Let's see here. You guys can call it.
Raging Cajuns. How did they do? Hang on.
Oh, they beat Kent State 34-10, pretty soundly.
The Cajuns, yes.
San Jose. This was a Mountain West game. Did beat Air Force 17-7, mainly a defensive game.
Damn it, son.
For sure.
God damn
it. Let's see here. Let's see. Here we go. There it is. I was looking for this one.
The Dion's team, yeah.
Look, Nebraska they kind of left together 2 good games.
Matt Rule, Mr. Carolina. He's still making money from Carolina.
Yeah,
so
he is.
This is just it's the offensive line. Shadir Sanders can go first round in the NFL.
Mean Green wins. There you go.
He needs an offensive line. Like it's just pure and simple. He has 0 time to throw anything. When he has time, they're great.
He's a good
player.
Get the
ball to anybody. Yeah. But there's only so much. And it's not like he can just run out of pocket. Or like he has nowhere to go. Like that's how bad the line is.
It's pretty bad.
And then the defense isn't great at all.
They're also facing a Mahomes. So.
Well, I mean, even Mahomes lost in college, but
he did.
Screen is frozen. Okay, then let's see. Texas Tech got beat up by Washington State, one of the few remaining Pac-2s. Let's see here.
That's
about it. Yeah. Liberty gets a win. They came back and won that one. Liberty's another group of 5 team with a chance, just because they have the worst schedule. So they're probably going to go undefeated. Like they don't play a Power 4 team at all in the season.
That's another team that gives my LA Tech Bulldogs on a college game fits is Liberty, man. Woof, they play tough. And apparently they do in the real world too, according to you, Knock. They almost got in last year, didn't they? Something like that. Did they go undefeated last year?
They did go undefeated, but now it's still only 14 playoffs. So they don't have the strength of schedule to make a 14 playoff.
Yeah.
Because the committee has no faith in them, right? Because I think their schedule was like the 100th hardest schedule or something like that. Their schedule is uber easy, so they don't get respect.
Gotcha.
When it comes to that, which I mean, you don't play anybody, you don't deserve respect.
Yeah, you don't deserve a spot.
Looking at a couple games for next week, real quick, just to wrap up. Arizona, Kansas State should be really good Friday night, 8:00. I didn't really see a whole lot. I mean, Wisconsin may be ranked by the end of this week, but
there's
Alabama,
a big matchup right there. LSU and South Carolina. It's going to be a big game.
I don't put any faith in South Carolina. I'm not seeing that to be a big game at all.
They whooped ass yesterday?
Huge game.
Against
game.
two.
Huge game. In the SEC,
well, this is a big
that's
game
a huge
for LSU. LSU has got to win that game. If they lose that game, then their season's a wash. So they got to go in there and handle business.
Because of what happened opening night. And what we were talking about with strength of schedule and stuff, you do have to give it to the Tigers. They don't play cupcakes out there.
Well, that USC game doesn't really affect them too much. It would affect them in the overall, but it won't affect them as far as SEC goes.
Yeah, I know it won't. But here's the deal. If USC starts dumping when they start playing Big Ten teams, it's going to hurt LSU.
No, that's true.
Yeah, so... But you got to give them credit. My point was you got to give them credit. They don't take cupcakes at the gate. They take it. They play established programs when they start the season.
Mizzou versus Boston College at home.
Yeah,
That's
but
a big
Memphis.
game.
This is the
That's a
game
big game.
I'm waiting for the most is Memphis at FSU. I want to see FSU go 0-3. I'm praying for it.
Right.
Boston College. Yeah, Boston College. No shrub, but at Mizzou, I don't know. I don't know if Boston College has a chance, but they play decent against Florida
I
State.
hate to tell you this, John, but I'll be pulling for Boston College in that.
I know. But you got to come to Throw Field and pull out a win.
Yeah.
In the zoo,
Yeah, Oregon,
so,
Oregon State.
I know.
Tulane and Oklahoma might be a decent game to watch.
Oh, wow.
That's going to be a decent game.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
going to be a decent game. Yeah.
OU loses that game, their season's over, no doubt. Yep.
See, just kind of scrolling through here, not seeing a crazy whole lot.
There's not too many. What we got yesterday out of the Michigan-Texas game doesn't look like it's happening again for a few weeks. But I don't really think. See, the preseason polls, I don't think they matter. You know, not until about the halfway mark of the season when they start actually doing the rankings on a weekly basis. That's when it starts to matter.
And we get into the juice because right now we're getting a lot of non-conference playing as well.
Yeah,
for the most part, not everybody, but a lot of them are non-conference.
These are basically, in NFL terms, these are preseason games where, to your point about NIU, these smaller schools are paid a boatload of money to come in and get their ass kicked. And that's why it's so sweet when one of those teams actually jumps in and bites the team that paid them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. That I enjoyed every second of that Notre Dame fucking NIU game yesterday. I thought it was fucking fantastic. When that sideline erupted after that last field goal try, I was like, wow, check these guys out. They did it. I mean, that's a bowl game to them. You know what I mean?
Wow. Breaking news. Cowboys extend Dak Prescott.
What?
He
got his deal.
4 years, $240 million.
That is
no
awesome.
contract deal for Chase.
That means 4 more years of no Super
Tyreek
Bowls
Hill
for the
detained
Cowboys.
by police.
Did you hear Danny? He said 4 more years of no Super Bowls for the Cowboys. Well, I've made this point a couple of times. I think Jerry's he's not trying to build a champion. He's trying to make money. And
well, exactly. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And mission accomplished because it's the biggest money-making franchise in sports.
Yep, absolutely. And by the way, Tom Brady gets his broadcasting debut during their game today. He's going to be broadcasting on Fox, covering the Cowboys-Cleveland Browns game live from Cleveland today. So
It'd be so bad.
yeah,
So bad.
I hope he doesn't fall on his face.
I miss Romo already. I don't know what game he's calling, but I got to find that one.
Yeah, man. Which one is he calling? Because Romo is really good. What is it about Cowboys quarterbacks? When they get in the booth, they're really good color guys, man. They're really great at it. I love Aikman, too, you know.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man.
Yeah,
okay.
Aikman's got one of those voices that you can trust.
Who's that?
Aikman.
Yeah,
I mean,
he does. He does.
He's knowledgeable enough, you know, and Romo is like, oh, he's going to do this, and he does that. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, well, Romo, dude, let me tell you something. When you listen to Romo, first of all, you're hearing a guy that's passionate about the sport.
Yeah.
First of all. Secondly, that guy is smart as a whip. He calls half the plays they're going to run before they even run them.
Yeah.
He said, this is what they're going to do, and then they go out and do it. I mean, you know, me and a guy at work one time were looking up numbers, and this was years ago when he was playing, and you know, we were looking, and he was getting to the tail end of his career, you know, and we looked at it, and it turns out that if they'd have had a middle of the road defense most of the years he was playing, they'd have made the playoffs every year.
Yeah.
Because of the numbers he was putting up in Dallas. It was ridiculous, man. And everybody bitches because he'd throw the pick at the end of the game, and I'm like, well, if you're the entire offense, you're going to do that, you know. It's going to happen, you know. He's got to try and throw the ball somewhere, right? What you got there, Knock?
I want Romo over my shoulder when I'm playing Madden.
That's it.
This is just before the Jacksonville game.
What happened?
This is Tyreek Hill getting arrested.
What? Are you kidding me?
Apparently he got a little mouthy after he got pulled over for reckless driving.
Oh, no. It
looks like he's still going to play, but yeah.
Well, of course he's still going to play. If that's me, I'm in jail until somebody can get bail money for me. But that guy,
Right.
he'd be out.
Unbelievable, man. You got to be kidding me. Tyreek. Dude.
He couldn't run away, I guess. I guess he couldn't.
Couldn't run away. Listen to
Could have made it to the field. No, this is for he's actually getting arrested for missing child payments. This is with his 13 kids or whatever he has now.
Are you serious? Missing child payments? And he's driving around in a freaking whatever that is.
There's nothing. I just made
joke.
that up. That's yeah.
He's being a jokester.
Oh,
yeah.
I was just marking
It's not
it,
beyond
making
the pale,
fun of the fact
by
he
the
had all
way.
his
It's
kids.
not beyond the pale.
No, it's not. Some of these guys got way too many kids. That's for damn sure. But yeah, that's funny. Thanks, Knock. My wife is going to find that very interesting. I'm wearing my Dan Marino jersey today because yesterday during college football, I saw a couple of quarterbacks. One of them was the NIU guy, just get drilled and deliver passes that were beautiful. I mean, right on the mark where they needed to be to get big chunks of yardage. And I was like, yeah, that's the kind of quarterback I like right there. A guy that's going to stand under the gun and take the hit, right? Yeah, I've seen that guy do it, no doubt. But I put on my favorite Football Life episode, and it's the one about Dan Marino, and that's why I'm wearing a jersey today. That's
probably the
I
best
got the old
quarterback.
Bobby Hebert jersey on today.
Just
the
announced.
Zen Master. The Zen
More
Master.
breaking news.
Oh, go, man, go.
Justin Fields starting week 1.
What?
Officially. Justin Fields
For
officially
Pittsburgh?
starting for the Steelers. Yeah. Week 1.
Let's get into it. Hang on a second now. Hang on a second. Let me go ahead and throw this up there. That's the first game on the list anyway. And they're playing
Falcons.
They're playing a team that Danny can't stand. That's for sure. They're playing the Atlanta Falcons. Wow. So Justin Fields is going to start. They said
I think Wilson is going through an injury, right? Quote unquote injury. Right
really?
now.
Really? Huh. Interesting. Because we had heard that he was going to start. Wow. Okay. So Justin Fields is going to start for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's going to be interesting to see what happens to Pittsburgh in the division they're in this year, because the 3 teams ahead of them, and I do mean ahead of them, they're all better than they are. Wow. But they're going to have a tough year. Especially with 2 brand new quarterbacks on the roster. Oy vey.
And one of them's Russell Wilson.
Yeah, and one of them is Russell Wilson, who is fighting for his NFL life right now because of what happened in Denver.
I don't think he's fighting at all, dude. I haven't seen any fight in Russell since they won Super Bowls. I mean,
You're right.
He just looks like he's kind of sleepwalking through the rest of his career. He's been there, done that. It doesn't look like he's really, challenging for that. Justin Fields is the starter in Pittsburgh. That speaks volumes to where Russell is at in his career.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Russell. He's got a pop star wife. He's got
he's got more money than you would ever need. Yeah. For sure. So, well, this is going to be interesting. Justin Fields, man. Wow. What's that wide receiver? Wow. Of course, the Jets decide to start going off here. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's a B-52 taking off at Barksdale right now. What's the wide? Is it Pickens? Is that the wide receiver's name? Number 14. Yeah. I heard a joke the other day. Russell Wilson will only play for a team that has a number 14 on it. Who was it in Denver that wore number 14?
Probably Sutton.
Yeah, Sutton. Yeah. But anyway, they're playing the Atlanta Falcons, who have been adding pieces. This is a team that looks like they're trying to win a Super Bowl now. They went and got a bunch of free agents. Dude, Danny, I don't know if you know this or not, but they went and got Matthew Judon from the Patriots, man.
You and I have talked about Atlanta.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like we talked about Cleveland. Like we talk about San Diego. These franchises, I don't care who they bring in, they have the funk around them. And you can't do anything about that.
Well, it's like I said last week. It doesn't matter how much money they spend to bring these guys in. If there's not the chemistry that gels them together, they're not going to do well.
Exactly. Yeah. So with that being said, boys and girls, it's in Atlanta. So are you picking Pittsburgh this week, Dan? What do you think?
Yeah,
I know where your heart's lying, but what are you picking?
Pittsburgh in the shocker. Yeah, I'm not.
Okay.
Look, write it down. I will not be picking Atlanta at all this year. I will not pick them ever to win anything ever.
They should have beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl, right, Dan?
It's the funk, dude. I'm telling you, the funk is real.
I'm taking Atlanta today. I'm going to take them.
Okay.
I just don't believe in the quarterback room of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I can't decide, so I'm rolling.
Oh shit! He's rolling the dice. Are we gambling today, John?
Yeah, apparently so. I am going for the Falcons.
The Falcons, John says. Atlanta. Okay.
I don't know. I don't believe those results. Unverified results.
Yeah, we need to get a camera on that dice roll, man, to get the verification on that deal. How does that even work? Yeah, we need an extra
I'm sure it wasn't even an odd thing.
Yeah, it was 1 to 3 Falcons, 4 to 6 Steelers. So.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, so we need to get that extra dice cam. Let's call it dice cam.
Dice cam. You got to set up the dice cam, bro. Well, just use your phone and aim it at that, and we'll add it on here as another guest. There we go. Knoxter, bring some sanity to this. What do you think?
No, I got to go with the Falcons as well. If they got the chemistry, as John mentioned, because they got the weapons. They got one of the most rising stars in a running back. They have one of the, if they actually used them, they have a great tight end, and then they have some weapons on the outside. So can Kirk use his weapons, which he does. He does use his weapons. So and then can he stay healthy? I'm gonna try to. I am putting in Najee Harris as a running back in one of my teams because they're gonna need to run the ball.
Yeah.
And when you have Justin Fields, you can run the ball, right? You can play a little RPO
it's definitely
option.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be their key. So I'm hoping that leads to Najee getting some runs. But, Steelers, they still got TJ Watt.
Yeah, their defense is probably going to be solid again because they have a defensive-minded head coach.
It's just they won't score points. So,
that's the thing, yeah.
And how many points can the defense score? So it'd have to be turnovers and special teams for the Steelers at this point.
And they're on the road. That's the big pain in the
So I'm going with Atlanta though, just because I think the potential of the team, and they actually can score points potentially.
Okay. All right,
got to put it on them.
All right, so let's move on to the next one here. Let's see what we got here. We got the Arizona Cardinals at the Buffalo Bills. You guys are probably going to laugh at me on this one, but I'm going to take the Arizona Cardinals in the shocker.
Yeah, 6% have picked the Cardinals on NFL Pick'ems.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
That's because the reason why is because he doesn't like Josh Allen and his non-weapons.
Not that I don't. It's not that I don't like
you
Josh
have a
Allen.
thing against him.
I question his football IQ.
I need to go back and make a posting of all your hating on Josh and make a montage of all the hating that's been on Josh Allen.
Well, they changed the rules of the game for him so he'd have better chances to win in overtime. Have they produced fruit yet? All these rule changes.
It's not his fault. He can't control the defense. He can't control the defense from keeping.
Well, he's definitely not controlling the defense this year because they lost their best linebacker again, and they got rid of their entire secondary. So I don't know exactly who's going to be playing defense out there for the Bills. They got rid of their best offensive weapon. He's now playing somewhere else, Mr. Diggs. So, I'm kind of wondering if he's going to be throwing the ball to himself or what the deal is,
I am excited to see Marvin Harris Jr., though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Diggs is playing for Houston.
Yeah, he's playing for Houston now. Yeah, we'll get to them. Don't worry about that. We're going to talk about the Houston Texans, but it's not that I hate the guy. I just wish he was smarter because he's got all the tools. He's got an arm. You could he can throw through a wall. And the guy,
he may have the tools, but his team doesn't have the tools.
He's got the tools, but I question his football IQ, man. He like the big complaint about him is the same thing that was about Romo. At clutch time, he throws the picks. He does every time. So yeah.
So what we're saying is this game is the mental midget versus the actual midget. Yes,
versus the actual. Well, actually, the quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals, I'm not a fan of either. I'm not, but he's one of those guys like Lamar Smith. He's a regular season dynamo. The guy can, he fails in the playoffs, but regular season, you better eat your Wheaties because he's going to be running around like a friggin' chicken, and you're going to have to try and catch him, and it's kind of hard to do. And he is talented, so I'm not a big fan of his. But during the regular season, he's like Lamar Smith. During the regular season, he will tear you up, man. So
Lamar Jackson.
This is my upset pick of the week right here. This is it right here. John, who you got in this one?
I can't pick Buffalo just because their defense is nothing at this point.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to go with the actual midget.
I hear you. Okay. Gotcha. Knock, what you got here?
I'm pretty sure I picked the Bills to win the division still. So,
okay.
Yeah, I'm sticking with the Bills.
Okay. And Dan, what you got?
Buffalo at home. They're gonna win that game. It probably won't even be close. I think the quarterback for Cardinals. I'd be surprised. I mean, they're not going to do anything. They're going to have to start looking at another quarterback to bring in because they're not going to do anything with him. That's for sure.
Yeah. I think they're stuck with him, Dan, is what it is. He's under contract, and I think it behooves them to run the course with it because it's going to cost them a lot of money, kind of like Russell Wilson's costing Denver right now. How much is Wilson getting paid by the Denver Broncos this year? 37? Is that right?
Yeah, 30, 40 something.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah. So I'm with you on that one, Daniel. They're going to need another quarterback. But I think they're rolling with what they have right now because they just can't afford to do anything else. Okay. So that's it for that one. Next up. Oh boy, we got the Tennessee Titans going into Chicago to play the highly touted
the Super Bowl favorites.
Super Bowl favorite Chicago Bears. I don't understand that kind of thinking, but that's all right.
That's the hype.
I thought the Ravens were the Super Bowl favorites.
Right. You mean the team that lost? Oh, that's right. We got to talk about the games we've already seen. And we'll get to that after this one real quick. I forgot about that. But let's go ahead and talk about this one. Caleb Williams, highly touted, lit up the preseason, which we all know doesn't mean shit because he's playing against third stringers. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch this team. What I'm interested to see is how he reacts when he gets walloped by one of these friggin' defensive ends for the Titans for the first time.
Well, we know what's going to happen. He's going to go cry to his mom.
Are we going to have a mom cam at the game? What do you think?
Yeah. She's not sitting up in the booth. She's going to be on the sideline for easy access.
Yeah. Well, this guy's talented, and the thing is, the bullets fly for real today, and we'll find out what he's made of. He's been compared to Patrick Mahomes and all this other stuff, and I'm just like, he won a Heisman, but his last year in college wasn't all an end all be all for quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? But who the hell knows? We're going to find out today against the Titans. The Titans, a team, I don't know what the hell they're doing in Tennessee. I really don't know what they're doing. Maybe they'll prove us all wrong, and they're geniuses, and they got rid of a defensive minded coach to put a new guy in, and got rid of their quarterback, and I mean it's just got rid of one of the greatest weapons the NFL's ever seen, in King Henry, right? And we all know what happened to him on opening night. But I just don't know what they're doing. They're rebooting, obviously, and that tends to make me think that they're not going to do well this year.
What did Tennessee get in exchange for that trade? Did they get
That's
anything that they can
They
build?
got picks.
Well, there you
picks? Yeah, but I didn't hear of them picking anybody really big in the draft. I mean, nobody.
Did you
That's
recognize any names that Jimmy Johnson picked when he built that
No, you're
freaking
right.
dynasty?
Hey Dan, you're right. You're absolutely right. Yep. And when they traded traded King Henry to the Baltimore Ravens, they did get picks. So who knows? Maybe they are doing things that we don't know about that's going to make them world beaters. I don't
Getting
know.
rid of that freaking quarterback right away is a good move.
Well, yeah.
I don't think that getting rid of the head coach. I don't agree with that, but
No,
getting rid
they
of
should have kept
Tannehill,
Vrabel.
trading Henry while you have value for him, maybe you get some picks back. Maybe you land some pieces that can make you good again.
Yeah, I think that I think Vrabel's days were numbered whenever they got rid of AJ Brown to the Philadelphia Eagles. He wasn't cool with that move, and everybody knew it. And I think that was the beginning of the end for him. And unfortunately, he was stuck with Ryan Tannehill, quarterback he really didn't want. And that I really hope to see Vrabel walking the sideline again, because he really made them compete in every game. They were in every game they played, whether they won it or lost it. You were getting hit in the mouth every time you touched the football when you played the Titans, on offense and defense. They played a lot like the 49ers do. They played tough, hard-nosed football.
Well, he's the only coach that I've seen walking the sidelines that really flustered Bill Belichick because he knew the rule book.
Right. Yeah, and he was pulling Belichick type shit on him in that playoff game. Remember, Dan? Belichick was livid. He kept taking the friggin'.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. So the guy knows the game.
Right.
Hopefully he'll last. But you're right. Once he got vocal in the press about certain moves, his days were numbered.
Bill Belichick's greatest nemesis, the rule book.
I don't think Henry got traded at all. I think he was let go, and then he just signed with the Ravens.
Is that what happened?
I don't see any trade.
They just been re-signing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I get
wow, they didn't get anything for him. Okay.
So no, they got more from Malik Willis than they did for Derrick Henry.
Yeah. And that trade just happened.
They got rid of him for cap room, is what they did.
Yeah. So here we go. Well, I'm taking the Bears in this one. I just don't believe in the Titans. I don't know what that front office is doing. It just seems crazy what they're doing there. If they're rebooting, fine. I get it, and it's going to be a few years before they get better. But Chicago seems to have a plan with this kid, and I'm taking Chicago in this one. I don't think Chicago's going to be world beaters. You guys know I've already picked Detroit to win it all this year. I'm the only one that thinks that. But, Chicago's going to do well in this one, I think. John, who you got in this one? And you better fire up the dice cam if you're going to roll dice again.
No, I don't need to roll dice on this one. I just have to hold my nose to say Chicago.
Yeah, right. Okay, Knoxter?
I feel like this is like one of those trap games. Like we've completely written off the Titans, and then they're
my
gonna,
man's
they're gonna
going
win
on that limb.
But I'm not. No. I just said I feel it, but I'm still not gonna. I'm not gonna do it. I'm going Bears. I like their defense. I think they swarm to the ball, kind of defense. So and then let's see what we got. Caleb Williams. He's fine when he's winning.
Right when
so he loses, he jumps into the stands to his mama.
That's right. That's weird. Now, if anybody will go on that limb, it's my brother. Now, is he going to? That's the question. What do you think, Dan?
Titans in a very close physical game, 13-10-ish kind of thing. Titans.
They make Caleb Williams look foolish, is what he says.
They introduce him to the NFL proper, huh, man?
Tell you, Titans, they play a physical brand of football.
They do.
It's not pretty to watch, but it will keep you in games.
Yeah, this is true. I'm a closet case Titans fan. I always have been since McNair played for them. And
more breaking news.
Okay, go.
Kendrick Lamar is going to play at the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay, good deal. Yeah. That's way off. Wow.
I have no idea who that is.
It's a
don't
rapper.
either. Is he? Okay.
Bears are getting punched in the mouth next week.
Okay. We'll who are they playing?
Texans.
The Texans. Oh shit. Yeah.
Oh man.
We'll find out who's who in that. Shit. Yeah, man. Okay. So let's go back here. Let me get to the schedule here, and let's take a look at the Week 1 games that we've already seen. Opening night, the Baltimore Ravens lose by a toe. By a toe. They could have tied the game. This was a fantastic game. You couldn't have asked for anything more out of the game. A lot of fun to watch. Enjoyed it. The Chiefs proved once again why they are the champs. I mean, they get it done, man. And I saw a lot of broken plays because of that defense of the Chiefs, where Lamar Jackson had to pull it down and take off. Those runs
He took off for
made
over
that
100
game.
yards. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. That's if it was any other team, this score would have been lopsided. If you understand what I'm saying, Lamar Jackson really kept them in that game.
and that was the difference between the playoffs. You know, he wasn't making those yards on the run.
He wasn't, and you could tell he really was playing his ass off trying to win this game. He did not like how things ended last year, and he had a chip on his shoulder.
So
the whole
that
game.
tight end Lively.
Dude, that play he made up
went
the
off.
sideline. Wow, that was amazing. When he did I've tried to use the back juke in Madden 100 times, and it never works the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
He showed you exactly how that's supposed to work. It was a Top Gun move, I like to call it. He hit the brakes, the guy flew right by. It was awesome.
Yeah, Cook just shot across his.
He went right
shot
across him.
his bow, and he kept going. I'm like,
He just stood straight up. He hit the brakes. It was awesome. I loved it. That was a hell of a play.
I'm not
on
gonna take
Lamar's
away-
part too, because Lamar was on the run. He had their defense on his back, basically. He was trying to get away from it, and he saw him go into an open part of the field and hit him in stride. So it was a great play all the way around by the Ravens. But and he caught the ball that he just couldn't keep that toe in bounds. And I can't remember which announcer it was when they were talking about it after the game. He said, "My advice to you: wear white cleats next time."
oh no, that was
That was Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick
that said that.
Mahomes.
Was it? That's
Yeah.
right. In the
Says wear
post-game
white
press
cleats next
conference. That's it. Yeah, wear white cleats. It was a hell of a game. Enjoyed the heck out of it, man. But it went back and forth till the very end of it. But man, the Chiefs, dude.
Of course, Likely was running his mouth after the game. I don't know if you saw what he said.
No,
He said something along the lines of, "Well, we've seen the best the Chiefs can do, and we're just going to get better. So good luck in the postseason."
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
poke the bear. Poke the bear. Go ahead.
That's it. Keep poking the bear. That's a good idea. Yeah. Okay. You go, man. You go, young man. You go.
You know,
Feel your
I
oats.
had Xavier Worthy on my bench in 2 of my leagues. A little sad about that. But,
Oops.
I started him.
Well, I had Rashid Rice in another league, in my third one. He did okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, he did all right. It's just he didn't get a lot of balls. But the ones
All
he
right,
did get, he got touchdowns. So
Where's the ban button for Lord Thoth?
What did he say? What did he say? Go Raiders! Go Raiders! Hey man, what's going
the
on? Lord Thoth?
Raiders.
Good to see you. Good to see you. And by the way, I've got to download the damn ad, but Tim is here. It's good to see you, man.
No, he's
He
not.
chimed
He's
in
at work.
this morning. He said he might pop in later.
Yeah.
But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you. Yeah, I tell you what, man. There's a guy on YouTube that I love to watch. He's got a channel called Good Sports, and his that first Worthy touchdown, he did a short on it, and it is one of the most priceless things in the world. I'll see if I can't find it for you guys real quick. But man, it was one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time.
Who
He
was
was
it?
so
Who was it
mad.
that was saying that somebody said that? Oh, he's fast, but he's tiny. He's not going to do anything.
Yeah. What the hell? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? That's crazy.
No, Worthy
Skinny.
is my type of
He's
receiver.
skinny.
He's
That's what he said. He was skinny.
Yeah.
if we ever get back into Madden, when Madden is $5, the latest one is $5, and me and Joe finally get it.
Right.
Worthy's going to be on my team. That's
of course he is.
That's my type of guy. If Joe ever catches him, he's going to blow him up and make him fumble, but he's got to catch him first.
But I got to catch him, and that's the hard thing. Yeah.
He's got to get him when I throw it over the middle, and he destroys him with a safety or something like that. But other than that,
right,
have fun trying to catch him. That's my kind of receiver. I had Waddle in my franchise before the year he got drafted, or the year before he got drafted. And that's how I learned about Waddle. He was in one of those created teams, or created drafts. Right. And Waddle was in there, and he had like 97 speed. I was like, oh well, that's my guy. And then he got drafted to the Dolphins, and then he's that fast. So I was like, dude, that was one of the things I enjoyed about Madden, is getting those the custom drafts that we can do, and you actually see they use real names and stuff like that, and real they put some work into that stuff.
Yeah, they do.
That's what I'm looking forward to when we get Madden. What we can do is we can make a character in college football 25.
Yeah, you can move over, but he goes from like a 99 overall to like a 60 overall, so it's kind of dumb.
You guys got to check this out. This was pretty damn funny. Check out this is Brandon Perna. He runs a channel called That's Good Sports. He's hilarious. He does it with a funny slant to it, and this is his reaction to Worthy's first touchdown. Check it out. If I can get it. Hang on. I hit the wrong button.
It's a reverse, an end around, and Worthy has the speed, and he has the angle, and he is in the end zone. Fuck! The fast guy is good. Damn you, Buffalo. You just had to let him go, huh? Had to let the Chiefs grab Xavier Worthy, huh, Buffalo? Oh, the fastest guy on earth goes to the Chiefs. What could go wrong? I'm smiling to hide my fury.
He must be a Denver fan.
He's a huge Denver fan, man. He was like, damn you, Buffalo. You had to let the Chiefs get the fastest guy in the world. What could go wrong? Just too funny, man. Just, yeah, that is the worst place he could have gone for the rest of the league. That's for damn sure. Good morning there, Ruben. What's happening, man? Good to see you. But yeah, great win for them. Good way to go for your Chiefs there, John.
The Chiefs were going to do anything to get Xavier Worthy because he was already practicing with Mahomes.
Yeah.
Well before draft day. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's going to be a tough season for the Chiefs, no doubt about it, because they're going to get everybody's best shot. Nobody wants to see them three-peat. That's for damn sure. So every team's going to treat it like it's their Super Bowl, and that's what we got out of the Ravens.
They're going to be treated worse than Caitlin Clark in the WNBA.
Yes. Right? They're going to get beat on.
So, when you come at the king, you better not miss.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. You know what they say, man.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
That's for sure. But anyway, let's talk about the other one that happened live from Brazil. First NFL game in Brazil, but you had to have Peacock to be able to watch this, which I think kind of sucks. But hey, that's the way it was. This is the way the NFL wants to do it. Did the people with the Sunday ticket get this game? I wonder if they did.
No, it was just the Peacock. It was
exclusively on Peacock. Yeah. Whatever. Okay. Anyway, we got another close game. The beginning of this game, I only saw the first quarter of it, and it looked like the Keystone Cops. It looks like we did not get what we got on Thursday night out the gate. Both of those teams were going up and down the field in that Chiefs.
Wasn't the field an issue in this game? I heard that quite a bit.
There was a lot of slipping going on. They had to work on their cleats most of the night, and we're switching things out a lot.
Well, it's a completely different type of grass than NFL uses.
Yep. And but man, between Green Bay's penalties, they were getting penalties every other play, and the Eagles, I don't know if the field was a factor in it or not, but they kept turning the ball over. It was like watching the Keystone's Cops play each other. But apparently it got good after I was watching it, because you see what the final score was, and I watched the highlights, and New York Giants fans, you should be pissed at your front office. Why they would trade Saquon Barkley in division to their rival is beyond my comprehension. I don't know what they were thinking doing that. But you're going to be pissed. I know at least 2 games this year, because that guy looked great in the game when he wasn't slipping on this turf. The tush push didn't work around the goal line late. They had to settle for a field goal. I think teams have gotten hip to it. Either that or your tight end's brother was the key to that whole thing. Apparently, and that was an issue during this game. The snap was an issue. There was a couple of fumbles. There was one time that he was in the shotgun, and he got the guy couldn't hear him or didn't understand the snap count and put it on him before he was ready for it. And there was another time that he fumbled when he was under center. I mean, there's issues there they got to work out with Kelsey's.
All right, fellas, I'm out of here. It's time for Terry Bradshaw. You guys.
All right, buddy boy. Sunday. Text me the rest of your picks, bro. I love you.
Right,
Take it easy.
Have a good one.
Yep.
All right, peace.
He is religious about watching our fellow Louisianian, Mr. Terry Bradshaw. Every sports bar you go into in this town has got, because he went to Woodlawn High School here, and there's a Terry Bradshaw Passway in Shreveport. There's a road named after him in Shreveport, so and he always watches Terry. I love Terry too. When I do watch the pregame stuff, I'm either watching NFL Network or I'm watching Fox, so I can see Terry. So, but anyway, let's see what's going on in the chat. Ruben says, I am not a football follower, yet Chaya is from Philly and love the Eagles. I wanted to see when they play today. I had no idea they already played. Laugh out loud. Yeah, they did. Absolutely did. And I'm not sure when they're playing next week, but they've got an extended week because they played so early. But anyway, thoughts on this game, guys? I thought the Eagles, they did a good job, but the Packers, they're Jordan Love, I guess, is the real deal Holyfield, man. If they can clean up the penalties, they should have been running away with that game. You know what I mean? Early.
This is a sloppy game.
Yeah,
it's not a good game.
It was.
It was very sloppy. And of course, unfortunately for the Packers, the quarterback got hurt the very last series. He's out for a month, and they actually signed Ryan Tannehill as well.
Oh, they pick him up as backup.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
But so I guess they want all the Titans quarterbacks. Is that it? They're gonna.
Yeah, apparently.
I guess. Yeah, they were like, hey, let's look at the Titans and what they did the last couple of years, and let's emulate that.
Well, for a long time, Kansas City was picking up 49ers leftovers.
Yeah, they were. Okay. Well, anything else you guys want to talk about with this one? I mean, I don't think we're really going to know what's going on with these teams for another month, especially Green Bay, because they're going to be patchwork quarterbacking for a little bit. And who knows what Love's going to look like when he comes back from injury. Who knows? But the Eagles, they've got some stuff to show up on defense, but the offense looks good. Hurts. But here's my thing. Hurts throws way too many interceptions. He throws balls into places he has no business throwing that ball. We got to work on that. Cleaning up the interceptions is a big goal for the Eagles.
But you know the bright spot on the Eagles was? Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley.
3 touchdowns.
That's why I said yes, my brother. Yes. I mean, what were the Giants thinking? What were they thinking?
I saw a post today. Is like, this is the second time in the 7-year career that he has had at least one day over 500.
Yeah. It's crazy, man.
On a team.
Yes.
So I'm always happy when players that have been long suffering go to a better team.
Packers picked up Jacobs too, so they're not a slouch at running back either.
No. Oh, yeah, for sure. Josh Jacobs looked
yeah.
okay, but they were throwing the ball a lot more than running it.
Oh, yeah.
That's for sure. They were throwing it all over the yard.
The run game wasn't that good in the first half, though. But in the second half is when Josh Jacobs started to take over as far as running goes.
Yeah.
He's definitely getting a lot more running lanes.
Yep, for sure. Okay, so let's go to the next one we got to pick this week, and that's the Rivers family beloved New England Patriots against Joe Burrow's return to the NFL, the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm just going to go ahead and put down Cincinnati right now. I mean, unless he gets injured on the first snap of the game, a la Aaron Rodgers from last year, I'm pretty sure that he's going to come out with a vengeance and beat the shit out of this team. Especially, I'm wondering where the pass rush is going to come from for the New England Patriots, because they got rid of their best pass rusher. So, but we know that the front line of the Cincinnati Bengals can be rushed on. No doubt.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if
They
they
got
have
the
somebody
revolving door.
halfway decent, that it's going to be turnstiles out there. So,
Like a whole team of Juwan Taylors. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm taking Cincinnati in this one. I think that Joe Burrow is going to be chomping at the bit to light them up. And what I'm going to keep an eye on in this game, and what's interesting to me, is what they're going to do at running back. Who is going to fill the void of Joe Mixon? Because he's a Houston Texan now. The Texans, that's another team that's scooping up players, trying to win now. And that's a big loss, if you ask me. Jamar Chase, anytime you get a group together, a set of triplets, you got Joe Mixon, you got Joe Burrow, and you had Jamar Chase, and you take one of those guys out of the picture, that doesn't bode well for your offense. You had balance, and now you don't. So who is going to be stepping up and playing the role of Joe Mixon this year? That's what's going to be interesting to me with the Bengals, because we all know if Joe Burrow's upright, they're going to win games. They are going to win games. They remind me of the Packers when Aaron Rodgers was there. If he's upright, they're going to win games. You know what I mean? So thoughts on this game, Das Wolfen, and what is your pick?
I'm going with Eminem Jr.
Eminem Jr. See, I'm calling him Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I don't think you can call him Eminem anymore. He grew his hair out, so it's not. It's not even close to. Yeah, he just cut it that one time, and then he's just let it grow since then. So he actually has hair now. So it's actually grown out.
I like Cody Rhodes. I like that look. So, Knoxter, who you got, bro?
I think Zach Moss is going to step up for the Bengals as far as running back goes.
Okay.
And I don't think anyone is expecting any kind of offense at all from the Patriots. So if you can't score points, you can't win games.
Yeah. Now, who is starting for them? Is it Drake May, or is it
I believe
Brissett
is still the starter. I don't know if he's injured or not.
That's the question, isn't it?
Go ahead. I'll look it up.
Okay, I was fixing to say, please do, because I'm going to screw up the whole screen. We'll come back to it, but we're all pretty sure that going into Cincinnati is not the greatest place in the world for a new head coach like Gerard Mayo to be going in and trying to win with the roster he's got, because it's not very good, boys and girls. I got news for you. They look a lot like the 49ers after Steve Young left there, and they were paying players that weren't on the roster anymore and things. So, yeah, it's going to be a long slog for the Patriots to get back on top. And what we're going to see today is, are they going to play for Gerard Mayo? I got a feeling they will, because he's been in-house for a long time there, and that was a good transition for them. We'll see how it goes. Okay, the next one we got is those upstart.
It's Brissett.
It's Brissett. He's starting. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
All right, so the Houston Texans go into their bitter rival, the Colts. This is going to be a fun game to watch right here.
It could be a shootout.
I'm pretty sure we're going to get this one locally. We usually get the Houston Texans games in our market, because we're equidistant from New Orleans. It takes 5 hours to get to New Orleans from here, and it also takes 5 hours to get to Houston from here. So we get the Houston Texans games. We always got Oilers games growing up too, and we were big Dan Pastorini fans when we were kids, But anyway, the Texans going into the Colts, and the reason why this intrigues me is we got some Richardson this time. He's back, and can this guy, stay healthy and do something for the Colts? I mean, he's got the talent that you want. We just got to find out what the football IQ is, and we don't have a big enough sample size to know that yet. You know what I mean? He got hurt so early last year that we really don't know how good he's going to be. He's definitely a project. I mean, he like I said, he's got all the tools, but definitely he needs some seasoning, and the only way you get that is by playing the games. And he looked good in the preseason, but once again, that's against third stringers. So bullets flying today. Let's see how he does against Houston's defense. I'm taking the Texans in this one simply because of the question mark of Richardson. But I could easily see if he plays well, I could see, because we've said it about the Colts for a long time. This is another one of those teams that has been handcuffed at the quarterback position for several years now. They finally decided to stop signing the geriatric squad and draft a quarterback, and it didn't pan out for him last year because of injury, but this is year 2, and they're sticking with him, and I'm pulling for the guy. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I'm pulling for him. I want to see the kid do well. This is the kind of guy I'd like to see get coached up and really do something. But I'm taking Houston in the opener because he hasn't played in a while, and the bullets fly for real today. John, what do you think about this one?
Well, I like the quarterback of Houston a lot better than a lot of the other quarterbacks out there. And, I think Houston's just got too many tools for Indianapolis to overcome. They're going to be good down the stretch, but I don't think the first game they're coming out swing.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, Knock, what do you think? I know your love for great wide receivers, and this team is stacked. It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Colts, they do have Jonathan Taylor. Can't forget about him. Mm-hmm. He only led the league a couple years ago.
Right.
And then Pittman Jr. was awesome last year.
Yes.
With, a backup QB throwing to him. So, so I don't think you can rule them out. I just think that, the weapons on the Texans side, it's going to be interesting. Is Diggs going to help them, or is he going to hinder them? Is going to be the question.
We're going to find out if he's the Terrell Owens. We're going to find out if he's the modern day diva.
There is a poison effect that can happen in the locker room with a guy like that. So we'll see. Because honestly, I don't think they needed him. I don't know why. Maybe because their guys got injured last year, so maybe they're just trying to get one more dynamic guy, which kind of makes sense because Nico Collins and Tank Dell both had games that they were out last year. So maybe that drove them to want to do that, but really they have so many weapons. Now they have Joe Mixon, and so I think the biggest wild card in this one is going to be the Colts defense. Really, what are they going to do?
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with the.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm going to go with the Texans, though.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Look, the Colts. If you haven't watched the Colts, they are a good team. They're a balanced team. They're good. They're not world beaters, but they've got decent talent at every position on the football field, except for quarterback. That's what's been holding this team back for years. I mean, they had Phillip Rivers when he was on his last leg. They had Matt Ryan when he was on his last leg and couldn't do anything. I'm really pulling for Richardson, but I don't think today's the day because this
seems like when Luck retired on him.
Yeah,
it's season they haven't found anybody to.
Yeah, he still would have been their quarterback even today.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, today he would have been. Yeah,
crazy.
And they haven't recovered from it. That's for sure. And nothing against Luck. When you're done, you're done. And the guy hasn't shown up on another team, but wow, it really handcuffed this team for a few years now. Okay, so the next one we got to talk about.
That was old Bill's plan, by the way.
Right.
that was all manufactured. We're going to see a document in 20 years. It was all part of the plan.
To death. He's like what's his name, Ozymandias in The Watchmen. He's got a file on Andrew Luck. If we beat him enough, he'll quit. Yeah.
I think it goes even deeper than that, Joe. I think he made an agreement with Luck. I'm going full on conspiracy theory on this one.
Whoa.
Wouldn't that be some shit?
We need this team out of the way. Here.
That's like the Luck is like a long lost nephew, second cousin, twice removed of old Bill, and they hatched this plan when he was 17.
Right?
That'd be a great movie.
Hell? Oh, that's too funny. Okay, next one we got to talk about is the Miami Dolphins. Tua and that high-powered offense hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Tua
Tagovailoa. Yes. I was so proud of myself when I learned how to pronounce that name. I really was. But
how about Ua Ungale? That one was fun to learn.
That was
FSU quarterback.
Yes.
Ua Ungale.
Okay, so we've got Jacksonville going into Miami, a battle for Florida, and Jacksonville. I don't know. There's just something about Trevor Lawrence.
I mean, they're trying to arrest, the Dolphins players. They're doing everything
they can.
Yeah, they're trying to win on and off the field.
It's too funny, man. If you missed it earlier in the show, Tyreek Hill got arrested on his way to the stadium this morning.
He still plans to play. He's still playing, but
that's too much.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which means he's probably going to be angry. And he's probably going to play angry, and it doesn't bode well for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm taking Miami in this one just because Tua is upright and healthy, and when he's upright and healthy, and Tyreek Hill is upright and healthy, this team is hard to stop. So I'm going with them. Can Trevor Lawrence take the next step? We're going to see. I don't
definitely
think
feels like that kind of year, huh? It's like they gotta decide.
Shit or get off the pot with Trevor Lawrence, no doubt. Go ahead, Knock. Tell us your thoughts on this game.
I mean, we don't really know much about the Jaguars, right? They still got Etienne. They got some solid wide receivers. Defense is not too bad, but they just don't win the games that matter.
Yeah.
So they could be another 9-8, 8-9 team this year, and just barely miss the playoffs. So and then the Dolphins, it's like pick that kind of pick your poison offense, kind of thing. It hasn't changed from last year.
Yeah, a lot of people
can the defense step up?
Yeah, a lot of people are either picking them or the Rodgers-led Jets to win that division this year. It's pretty much a lot of people think it's Miami's division to lose. So. Yeah, man. You think it's going to be Miami today?
Yeah, I'm not going to go with the upset on this one.
Okay.
My upsets are upcoming, but they're not quite there yet.
I got you.
Yeah,
John?
Jacksonville's playing to transfer to London, so
well,
they're not playing for draft picks. They're playing for location removal. Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
I got to go with Miami. It's just there's Tua's. You're right. When Tua's healthy, they are an amazing team. It's just how long can Tua stay healthy?
Or they have Ryan Fitzmagic.
If they bring, if Tua goes down, they bring Ryan Fitzmagic. Fitzpatrick comes back and they're going all the
Too much magic.
He'll be
that
amazing.
may be one
for
of the
3
funniest
games.
fucking ads I've seen in forever, man. That was a great one. Okay, so next up, my brother's beloved New Orleans Saints hosting the Carolina Panthers. Does anybody...
All I'll say is I picked up the Saints defense in preparation for this game, so I'm picking the Saints.
For 1 week,
that's all I have to say. Yeah, that's all.
For
just for 1 week. Yep, just for this.
Oh my God! Well,
and maybe when they play the second time, but
let me put you down for the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to say about this game.
Needed to hear.
Yeah.
Well, I think Tyrann Mathieu is going to have a field day today because they don't have anything. Carolina, that's a dysfunctional franchise right now, and it starts with their owner. He is a mental pygmy, and it's a bad situation there. I hate it for Bryce Young. That young man, he's probably
I could have been in Houston.
Right, I could have been in Houston, right? That's what he's thinking right now. I'm going with New Orleans myself. I don't think they're going to have a great year, but
No.
I think they're going to do enough offensively to get it done. To your point, the defense, you look, Dennis Allen, he's not the greatest head coach in the world, but he's a really good defensive coordinator. And that side of the ball is solid for the Saints, always has been ever since they won the Super Bowl. So that's what got them that Super Bowl, in my opinion. Yeah, you can hang it on Drew Brees, whatever, but Drew Brees was losing games 38-35. That offense was always there. They didn't win a championship until they got a defense that could stop people. So, and they had a prolific run that year when they did win the Super Bowl. But that being said, I just think they've got more cohesion, a better organization with the Saints, and I think they're going to pull out the win today. John, who you got in this one?
I'm with the Saints. They're going to win by at least a field goal.
Yeah, for sure. Now, this is a rivalry game. These two teams do not like each other, and I can guarantee you there's going to be at least one fight during the game. There always is.
And we don't really know anything about the Panthers. So, I mean,
no, we don't. And
it is year 2 of a quarterback, so he went through the fire, right? We always say it, give him the 1 year in the fire.
Yeah. Troy Aikman went 1-15 his first season.
Peyton Manning, what?
Yeah.
1 and 2 and whatever, like
Right.
yeah. So
yeah,
he went through the fire. It's this next year.
It's
this
this
year
different. That we got to see
who
what
knows?
he's going to do.
You never know.
I just don't trust the organization. I mean, we've documented the ownership is just, I don't know what he's doing. Speaking of don't know what they're doing, we don't know what the Minnesota Vikings are going to do at quarterback.
Oh, we know it's Sam Darnold, but
it's Sam Darnold. But I mean, those poor guys lost the guy they drafted in the preseason, and don't know what they're doing. The Giants, what are they doing? They signed Daniel Jones to this huge contract off of one playoff game that he played way above his usual level, and they take their best weapon and send it to one of their biggest rivals. I don't understand what they're doing in New York. I really don't. That being said, I'm taking I'm taking Minnesota in this one. At least Sam Darnold was in San Francisco for a couple of years and learned how to actually play quarterback at a high level. So maybe he's improved. I think he's probably improved enough to take care of the Giants. Daniel Jones is going to be giving the ball away, that's for sure. He's going to have at least one pick in this game, if not 2 or 3. Yeah, I'm taking the Vikings in this. I will be hard-pressed to pick the New York Giants until Daniel Jones isn't their quarterback anymore. My brother said it best, I think, last year. If your last name is Jones, you should not be a starting quarterback in the NFL. So, John, thoughts on this one? This is scary to pick right here. Uh-oh. Where's the dice cam? Come on, man.
1 to 3 Giants, 4 to 6 Vikings.
Jay.
Oops, I rolled it off the table.
Come on, bro.
Reroll.
Here it is.
It's a 2.
It's a 2. Hang on. Okay.
I think he moved it at the last second.
Visual proof.
I think he moved it at the last second before he moved the camera. Invalid roll.
So you're taking the Giants. Is that what I just heard?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's what the dice told me.
He's man, if you just put the kibosh on the Vikings, I'm gonna be upset. But anyway, because we all know I hate New York teams. But anyway, Knock, give us some analysis on this one, if you can, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, what weapons did New York? I think maybe Sterling Shepard. I don't know. Is the only guy I could think of top of my head for the Giants. And I will take Justin Jefferson over that any day.
Hello.
You have one job, Sam Darnold. You have one job.
Throw it to Justin Jefferson.
You know exactly where the ball needs to go. Okay?
Throw it in within 5 yards. Of Justin Jefferson.
Throw it in or around him. That's all you need to do. And I trust that over Daniel Jones to Shepard. So I'm going Vikings.
I gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that's enough said about this stinker of a game right here. It could be the best game of the day. We don't know. We haven't seen.
Well, yeah, when you have two teams that are just not fighting for anything, and it's already saying something this early in the season.
Right. First
you generally get good games.
Yeah, you do. Okay. Next up, there's your division, fellas. the two teams that you guys don't root for. Matter of fact, you probably loathe these teams. But the intriguing thing here is the coaching matchup, I think, is what's interesting here. You've got Antonio Pierce, who we all agree was a good pick for them to keep on board as the head coach. He did a bang-up job in relief of who was it, Gruden? Or no, it wasn't Gruden.
No,
Who was it they got rid of?
No,
McDaniels.
Josh, I'm going to destroy your team, McDaniels.
That's right,
Yeah.
the franchise destroyer, Josh McDaniels. Yes, I forgot about him. Yeah. He did a bang-up job in relief of him, had this team just, playing their guts out. They were in every game. They won a lot of games down the stretch last year.
Dominated a lot of games.
Yeah. And then you've got Harbaugh's return to the NFL. He bailed out of Michigan just in time to avoid his punishment, first of all, for whatever the hell was going on over there, and to keep from getting his ass kicked by Texas yesterday. Because, a lot of people, how many seniors did they put in the NFL last year? They put quite a few off that team. They had a talented team. But anyway, we've got, and Harbaugh has something he's never had before. He's got a quarterback that can actually play. It's something he doesn't have to manipulate the offense to make him better. You know what I'm saying? He can do all the throws. He can do all the things he needs to do. So it's going to be interesting to see. I can tell you this. These guys are going to beat each other up because both of these coaches are tough-nosed guys, and they're going to have them out there flying around the football. It's going to be this is going to be a game that I hope is televised and I can see because, wow, it's going to be a good measuring stick for both franchises going forward this year. It's your division, fellas. You tell me what you think. John, you're the champ of this division. Tell us what's up.
I think Chargers have the edge.
Okay. Oh, and by the way, my pick is San Diego Chargers because I think they have the better quarterback. I think that's the difference between these two teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they probably got the better coach, too.
Well, I mean, that's yet to be seen. That's yet to be seen. We don't know that.
Well, we know what Harbaugh did when he was here last time.
Right, but we don't know what Antonio Pierce is capable of. We've seen a small sample, and he had them playing tough. So, he definitely maximized what he had in that team last year. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you said, Justin Herbert's probably the best quarterback in the AFC West, not named Mahomes.
Right. Mm-hmm. At this point, now we don't know about that young guy in Denver yet. But
Knicks could just blow things up. But at this point, right now, it's Herbert's the number 2.
Yeah. Okay. So you're taking the Chargers, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Knock. Talk to me about these two rivals of yours.
So I'm actually going with the upset on this one. I'm going with the Raiders.
There you go.
A couple things about the Chargers. One, Harbaugh's coming back to a team that their running backs are J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, guys that are constantly injured. He is a running scheme guy. Mm-hmm. So to me, I don't think it necessarily matters how good a quarterback he has because they still need to run the ball. Yeah. At receiver, they have Quentin Johnson. Now, I was very hyped about Quentin Johnson. They don't have Keenan Allen anymore. So where are their wide receivers at? Sure, you have Herbert. Who's he going to throw the ball to? Okay. It was a little disappointing last year with Quentin Johnson. But he needs to. It's a make or break year for him. Like this is the year he has to come out and play, right?
Right.
And then for the Raiders, they were destroying teams. You talk about momentum going into the next season. The Raiders had that.
Yep.
So I'm actually going because I think the scheme versus what they have in the Chargers, I don't think it's there.
They don't match.
Get there.
Yes.
They don't match right now. Mm-hmm. So can they? I don't know. Maybe they can. I don't know. But based on what I see from what their team is, they don't have Austin Eckler isn't there anymore. He's with the Commanders now. I think he probably would have been a great fit in there. But as it is right now, I think, to me personally, I think the Raiders have the advantage in this one by surprise.
Okay.
So I'm
All
going
right.
Raiders.
There we go. All right. You got it all right there, man. Yeah, we don't know how Antonio Pierce's coaching style is going to do. But I just think you guys know I'm a Herbert fan, so I want to see him do well. But anyway, next game, it's a rivalry game from the old AFC West. That team that used to be in that division and now is in the NFC is hosting Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos. I really wish we could watch this game together, man. I really do. This would be a fun one to watch, man.
I mean, we could. You just have to want to.
Well, I just have to want to. What?
Yeah, we can do it, in the lobby.
Yeah.
And then I can screen it for you.
Right, I got you. Well, this is the thing. The second half of this game I wouldn't be able to watch anyway because I got my show with my brother during it. So, but
that's on you.
I know. This hope springs eternal, but I don't like our defense anymore. We used to hang our hat on defense, and now ever since I went and saw them play Dallas last year and they lost 38-35, I was like, we can't stop anybody. And Bo Nix looked good in the preseason. He looks like the kind of guy that's going to fit into Sean Payton's what he likes to do pretty well. It looks like he's taken to it like a duck to water. He's looking good in that system. I think this will be a shootout. I think that Sutton's still with the Broncos, right? He's not hurt or anything, is he?
No, he's there.
Yeah. See, look, this. I guess John's going to get his coin out on this, or his dice out on this one, probably. I don't know, but I don't know. I think I'm picking Denver in this one just because I don't trust our defense. We can't stop anybody. I watched it firsthand last year, and so we can score all over the place, but if we can't stop anybody, there's little to no sense in it. I'm taking Denver. I'm a huge Seahawks fan. You guys know I'm going to be pulling for them, but I just don't think they're going to win today. John, what do you think of this one?
I think Denver's going to pull it out.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't need the dice for this one.
No. Okay. All right. Gotcha.
I don't know if I like the. I don't know if I like this. I don't. I think you guys are. I think you guys are jinxing my team right now.
I am not jinxing
I
your
am not
team.
feeling this right now. This is not cool. This is supposed to be my upset pick. Because I have
I'm
no
a
real rhyme
realist,
or reason.
buddy. I'm not one of those.
I mean, you're talking about in Seattle. That's got to give you some points. And Denver's defense is a completely unproven commodity, and they're not that good. Our only guy is really Patrick Surtain. How do you fix that? You just don't throw him the damn ball. But I mean, you still got DJ Metcalf. You still got Lockett. They just catch whatever they feel like. So, and then you got Noah Fant coming back to, playing Denver, his old team. So that always, happens. And I don't know if our run defense is going to stop them. So, I don't know. It's all going to depend on Nix, how good Nix does to make it a shootout. So, I mean, I'm pulling for my Broncos, but that's more of just a biased pick than anything else.
Okay. So you're picking Denver? We're all on Denver. Wow.
That's just making me worried. Thanks,
don't worry about it.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm not using reverse psychology. I'm telling you exactly what I think. I think that our defense sucks, and it has sucked for a while. And we used to be one of the top defenses in the league. When we won the Super Bowl, we had the best defense in the league. So, Same on that was a decade plus ago. It's not there anymore. Jamal Adams didn't work out for us. I don't even think he's playing anymore. The guy got so beat up. We can't stop anybody. That's just all there is to it. So I'm not trying to jinx your team. That's not what I'm doing. I just don't believe in our defense at all. I think that Sean Payton is chomping at the bit to show off what his team can do with him coaching with a quarterback that listens to him. You know what I mean? I think he's chomping at the bit to light somebody up. I really do. Because Sean Payton's a great coach. And I think he's going to have a lot of fun coaching this year. I really do.
Well, after last year, he's got something to prove.
Yes, he does.
Does he
yes,
still
he
have
does. Absolutely. Okay. Oh, man. Dak gets his deal and goes to Cleveland. In Tom Brady's broadcasting debut. This ought to be fun. How many people you think are rooting for Tom Brady to turn into Stuttering Craig for this broadcast? What do you think?
Probably a lot of people.
That's not going to happen. He's done too many shows already.
Right.
Maybe,
he's done a lot of things. But
he doesn't have to do. He's not the play-by-play guy. He's the color commentator.
He's the color commentator, which means he just gets to comment on whatever the hell is being done. He doesn't have to be on point with what he says. So, in this game, Deshaun Watson's the factor you got to wonder about. This is a championship level defense. It has been for a couple of years, but it all hinges on the quarterback play. A great defense will crumble under lack of offense. So, and we know the Cowboys can score. So, that's what it comes down to. Can Deshaun Watson get anywhere near the level he was at with the Texans before his big scandal and everything when he got traded to Cleveland? I'm going to go with the Cowboys in this one. Much like the Ravens in the regular season when they're not playing the champs, they light people up. So, and like I said, I saw them for real last year, and that team is solid. They can light you up several different ways. It's going to be tough on Cleveland, and if they don't get some decent quarterback play, it's going to be a long day for the Cleveland Browns. John, your thoughts on this one?
I think Cleveland's defense is going to be too much for Dax.
Okay. That's another way to go. Yeah.
Well, it's one of the things that seems to happen is when you get a big deal, you don't play as well.
Right.
He just got a big deal.
Yeah.
Now he's coasting.
Yeah.
And probably like 80 million guaranteed or some shit like that.
Yeah,
so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Even if he went, what was his face for the Raiders? That draft bust, Jamarcus Russell.
Russell. Oh my God.
Even if he Jamarcus Russell the rest of his career, he's still got $1 gazillion.
Yeah.
He's set for life.
So,
you've also got a better running scheme on the Browns than you do, because they've got rid of their weapons over in Cowboys.
Yeah,
So
they are going to be running back by committee.
Well, they got the best running back group from 2018.
Right? They got a couple of old men and a midget, right?
Ezekiel Elliott, and who was the other guy? The other running back.
Don't even remember.
So I mean, and
that's going to bother me.
Chubb is still one of the best running backs in the NFL. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But he's hurt. He's out for the next month still.
Is he out for the next month still? Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know he was out.
I picked him up and I put him on. I actually picked him up on my fantasy, but I put him on IR, so he's not taking up a spot.
I didn't realize he was still hurt. I thought he was coming back.
Yes, sir. He's not playing today. No.
I'm still going with Cleveland. I think defense is going to hold it.
Okay. All right. What you got for me there, Knock? What do you think?
I actually agree with everything that John said. I think the contracts, solidified him. He doesn't have to prove. It's not a prove it year anymore. I think the Cleveland Browns defense. Remember, look how far they got with Joe Flacco.
The Flacco Sons. Yes.
And if, like I said, like you said, Joe, Deshaun Watson can just do a little bit.
He hasn't shown it yet, but if he gets back to form, you could be in trouble.
So
and don't discount. There's a guy named Micah Parsons going to have something to say about this too. Okay.
Yeah, but I feel like he gets eliminated at times. I think you could scheme around him getting eliminated. Okay. But all I want is for after this game, if the Browns win, I just can't wait to look on Facebook and see NFL memes and say, "Where are them boys at?" And they have a picture of Deshaun Watson.
Right.
You know it's coming.
Oh, you know what else is coming? All those videos of Cowboys fans smashing their TV sets and shit.
burning their newly
Dak
purchased their
burying the shit. Yeah. Oh my God.
So
yeah.
in so many ways, other than the football game, I'm hoping the Browns win. But I'm going to go for the upset.
I'm pulling for the Browns. Believe that. I love Dak to death because he's from here, but trust me, I'm a closet. First of all, it's my favorite color. I love orange, so I pull for. I'm a closet case Browns and freaking Cincinnati fan just because of the colors of the uniforms. But dude, the upheaval that's gonna happen if the Cowboys lose the opener, man. Oh, especially after they gave Dak all that money.
Yep, I'm all for it.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. We got a few left here before we get out of here, guys. Let's take a look at this. I hope I get to see this game today, and I might, because if it's in the afternoon, the Buccaneers are in the Saints division. We tend to get those games when they have division rivals playing. The Washington Commanders. Give me a report about how hyped people are in Washington for this season with the Heisman Trophy winner at the helm.
They haven't been this hyped since RG3 this year. It's just, there's full-on support. Well, the first year pretty well. They went to the playoffs. And they were winning 14-0 over Seattle. So until what happened, but so they are very hyped about this one. Unfortunately, I'm going to go with Baker Mayfield on this one. The Commanders. What is with these NFC West team or East teams trading their players to the fucking Eagles? They traded to Todd Johnson, one of their best wide receivers, for whatever reason, to the Eagles. What is with giving their team? It's like they're all collectively working together to make the Eagles better. Makes no sense to me.
Right?
I don't get it.
What the hell is going on here?
So honestly, I don't know. This one could be the roll of the dice. I'm just going to go with the Bucs at home. I'm fine if the Commanders win. Good for them. I'll get to hear about it all during the week on the radio, which is fine. So otherwise, it'll be what they call it, Misery Monday here when they lose. So I'm always going to root for the rookie coming out, especially Jaden Daniels. But I'm good with either team that wins in this one. It's both of these teams are kind of unknowns at the moment.
Yeah. I got to show you guys something. Hang on. I'm preparing to send it to a place where I can show it on the computer. My brother,
Hi, Tim.
bleeds purple and gold.
Tim.
Who's here?
Tim.
You got it, Tim.
Tim made it. All right. What's going on, Big Daddy? Where the white women at, he says.
Oh, we're not on ESPN. We don't have a panel.
Right. We don't have anything.
We need an ex-football player and we need a white woman, and then we'll be ESPN. So we're not there yet.
I just wanted to show you guys.
Someday.
Yes, my brother did order his Jaden Daniels Commanders shirt. He bleeds purple and gold. He's already missing this guy with the Tigers, that's why I asked about the hype that's going on there. It's got to be huge.
I do think I need to get my. I think I'll have to get a Bo Nix, and I think I'll have to get. They just re-signed Patrick Surtain, so I might have to get a Surtain jersey as well.
Joe, this is a family show. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
I'm getting a Carson Steele jersey.
You should. That dude. If nothing else, just to have a jersey that says Steele on the back with a fullback number. That's awesome. But anyway, as far as my pick for this one, I have to say I'm with you on the Tampa Bay pick. I cape for Baker Mayfield every chance I get. I love the fact that they signed him to a long-term deal. He got his money. He earned it last year, if you ask me. I mean, he took him to the playoffs, and that last drive he had got him in range, and everything, but it just didn't happen for him. I
think anyone that can go to a team and win a game in 2 days
Come on.
worth rooting for.
Yes, he is. You know, I did a video on that. I don't know if you remember or not. When that happened, I did a video on it. Yeah, it was awesome, man. I loved it. But anyway, Baker, pulling for him. You know, I love my Sooners, man. And but
except for Kyler Murray.
Except for Kyler Murray. I can't root for the mental and physical pygmy. I just can't do it. But that being said, the Commanders, I'm gonna be watching every game I can, because they've got a special athlete at quarterback. They really do. And he's like a Lamar Jackson, but he's got a better he's got better touch on the ball, if you ask me. He can throw all the throws. He can drop it in the bucket. I don't know if we watched the opening drive he had in the preseason, and it was mostly handoffs, but the one play action pass that he hit the ball deep, he dropped it in the bucket to the wide receiver, and the cornerback had no chance at the ball. It was a beautiful pass, man. And I just don't know that Lamar Jackson has that throw. You know, he's more like a Cam Newton trying to throw it through the wall every time he throws it. But yeah, I'm really interested to see how Jaden Daniels plays. John, thoughts on this game?
Well, yeah, you've got a stud at quarterback. However, you've got an entirely brand new coaching staff with an entirely brand new scheme that none of the players are familiar with. So I've got to go with Tampa Bay, because they're playing what they played last year.
Yep.
And it worked for them last year. So I'm going Tampa Bay.
Yep.
Plus, I like Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. I think everybody roots for Baker. I think they do, because they know the guy's tough. I mean, yeah, that last year in Cleveland,
they've been dirty.
One could say that Cleveland is suffering from the karma of letting that guy go, because he gave it up for that team the last year he was there. He played half the season with an injured shoulder and still had them in the hunt all the way up to the last game. So they're paying for it ever since, karma-wise, if you ask me. So. Okay, we got 2 more games, and we don't have much time left, so let's get to it. Sunday nighter, pretty interesting game here. We saw this game last year. I'm wondering if they're scheduling this on purpose. It's Matthew Stafford returning to the scene of the crime. He's won a Super Bowl since leaving there, and the Lions. You already know what I think of them. I think they're going to go all the way this year. I think there's going to be bumps in the road. This one could be it. But the big glaring thing to me, what are is the Rams defense? Both of these teams can score. But what is the Rams defense going to do without their big guy in the middle? What are they going to do there?
Aaron Donald.
Yeah, Aaron Donald's gone. I'm pretty sure he retired, right? And that's going to totally change, because that's the guy they built the defense around. Let's face it. They just interchanged parts around him. So what are they going to do there? I'm taking Detroit in this one. They're at home. They're chomping at the bit to light somebody up. And who better than their quarterback that bailed on them, right? So what are your thoughts on this one, John? This one's tonight, the primetime game.
I like the Rams. I like Matthew Stafford, but I'm not real big golf fan. But I think Detroit's a better team.
Yeah.
So they've just got more pieces in place than the Rams do currently.
I'm on Raw. What's up? Yeah. Okay, Knock. What do you think, man?
I'm still gonna go with the Lions. This is probably gonna be a shootout for sure. I think you're right. I think what are the Rams' defense gonna be? I think we know what we're getting with the Lions right now, but no, I don't have much to say with this one. It's just, what are we gonna get? I think we're gonna get a shootout.
Yes,
you're looking at Puka Nacua and Cup, and so and Stafford healthy, don't forget about Stafford, I feel like but I'm going with the Lions on this one.
Okay. And that's a sweep for the Lions, which means the Rams will win tonight. Matthew Stafford victorious in Detroit. But anyway, okay. And the last one we've got here is the Monday Nighter. For some reason, they've decided to put Aaron Rodgers 3 snaps of the season on Monday night again.
Yeah.
I predict he's going to get at least twice as many snaps this time.
At least twice as many snaps before he gets hurt.
Vegas is going wild in this one.
How many? Right. I'm sure they've got some kind of betting line on how many plays from scrimmage he will be out there for, right? Oh, my God. Too funny. It's the Jets, Aaron Rodgers, and that team, which, if any team has been handcuffed at the quarterback position, it's the Jets, man. Wow. They've had some different pieces going in and out of the running back room. They've got some decent receivers there. They just haven't had a trigger man that's worth a damn. Matter of fact, their trigger man is now the backup in Denver, right? Isn't that right, Knock? Wilson's out there, isn't he? Yeah, he's third string, right?
He looked good in the preseason, though.
Yeah. Hey, that means he's coachable, but when the bullets fly, will he be smart about it? Hasn't proven that he is. But anyway, the 49ers, we talked about this team ad nauseum. The Jets are going to get punched in the mouth in Levi Stadium tonight, big time. And it's all about, like Rocky said, life's going to knock you down. It's can you get back up? Because they're going to get hit in the mouth tonight on every side of the ball. So can the Jets stand up to it? And Aaron Rodgers, we know Aaron Rodgers can do damage to any team, but this Achilles injury, this is a pretty significant thing. It has to do with the foundation of a quarterback, and that's never a good thing. But I don't think he's going to suffer from it. I think if they can keep him standing upright, this one is going to be a good game. I don't predict a shootout, but I'm going to take the New York Jets to win this one in San Francisco tonight. That's what I'm going to take.
And don't forget, Aaron Rodgers spent 3 days in a black hole, so he's
right.
Fine.
No doubt, he's totally
he's mentally
desensitized to the world. So yeah, the isolation tank thing. Yeah, John, what do you think? What do you think on this one?
49ers are consistently one of the better teams in the league. So yes. I'm sorry, Aaron Rodgers he's too old. I don't think he has anything left in his tank.
Okay.
So I'm definitely going 49ers. They're going to roll over the Jets. The Jets are going to go. Jets are grounded. That's what's going to happen.
Okay, gotcha. Knoxter, your thoughts?
Well, I think you got 2 comeback player of the years potentials. You got Joe Burrow and you got Aaron Rodgers. That's pretty clear cut, right? Yep. It's going to be one of those 2.
It's going to be one of those 2. Yep.
And I think ultimately it's going to be Aaron Rodgers because of the way he went out last year, also live on TV. However, I don't think that's going to start in this game. I think the 49ers overall are the better team, and that matters more than Rodgers. Rodgers still loses games, even when he's healthy, because I don't think the rest of his team is good enough to carry them to victory.
Gotcha.
He can't do it by himself. So I think the 49ers being what they are and at home, I'm going to stick with them.
Okay.
But I think the Jets will win plenty of games, just not this one.
Real quick, let's take a look at the games we're going to see before we see you again, which is next Sunday. Let's take a look at Week 2's, if I can get
live from Brazil.
3 days ago. Yeah. What in the hell? I didn't hit that.
Way to go, NFL.
Thanks a lot. We don't care about that. I'm trying to get to Week 2. Thank you. Okay. We've got on Thursday night, we've got round 1 live from Miami. This is exactly as it should be. An early game in Miami where the Buffalo Bills are going to be sweating their asses off in the heat in Miami. I always love it when Miami plays division games at home early in the season and then has to go back there in the winter to play these teams again. You know what I mean? This is going to be fun to see next week, depending on if Tua gets knocked out of the game today or not.
Or
that's
if Tyreek gets
that's always
again.
A concern, right? Tyreek Hill as well. But I'm not going to.
That's crazy. And the Dolphins already have the number 1 offense.
We are not making picks on this. I can tell you that right now. We are not I'm not going to make you guys pick a game until we see the results of this week. I mean, but on paper, this looks like a fun game to watch. It's Josh Allen versus the high-speed offense of the Miami Dolphins. Can he score enough? Can he throw it to himself enough to win? I just don't know about the Bills this year.
Last year they didn't have to score a crazy amount. They just had to mute the Miami offense, which they did.
Yeah,
so
that's it. Yeah, but it's in Miami, and this man, when they play on that fast track in Miami, they have a good time down there, man. I don't know if you've watched them at home against anybody. They have a ball. They go out there and have a good time, man. It's ridiculous. So I don't know. We'll see. But I just wanted to touch on that one. But we really got to see what Buffalo looks like. That's the question mark. Yeah. Miami looks the same as they did last year. They're going to be doing the same shit, and which means they're going to light you up. You better be ready. And them having to coach up a brand new secondary and getting them to gel, I don't think that's going to pan out very well for the Buffalo Bills against this team for sure. So, any other thoughts on this one before we get out of here?
I don't.
Nope.
No? Okay. All right. Well, boys and girls, that is going to put the end to this pregame party. We've got about 3 minutes to go, so let me let you know what's going on with the channel before we get out of here. Of course, you're watching Pregame Party. We do it every Sunday morning, 2 hours before kickoff of your afternoon slate of games. Be sure to be here next week at 10 a.m. Central Time for Pregame Party. And then this afternoon at 5 p.m. Central Time, about halftime of your second game in the afternoon, the Brothers Hack the Matrix. Highlander will be back with me live, showing you everything that has to do with the clown show that is 2024. The Brothers Hack the Matrix every Sunday at 5 p.m. Central Time. And then 10 a.m. Central Time on Pop Culture Minefields channel tomorrow morning. It's Military Monday with Gary Kissel. He was an Army medic. I was a military policeman. Martin Acosta Santana and Anima join us as well. And other guests do pop in. And we're going to be doing a military movie like we always do. And this time it's going to be Birdie. I'm going to have to catch that one tomorrow morning before we have the show. I haven't seen this one before. So come check us out as we talk about military movies every Monday at 10 a.m. Central Time on Pop Culture Minefields channel. And then, of course, the Cannon Film Club gets together on That 70s Rock Fans channel this Monday at 4 p.m. Central Time for 10 to midnight. We're going to be breaking down the Charles Bronson classic 10 to midnight. I'm probably going to have to rewatch this one too. I haven't seen this one in many, many years. Although if I know Cannon Films, it's probably a knockoff of Death Wish again. So who knows? Anyway, you guys come check that out as we get together the Cannon Film Club on That 70s Rock Fans channel at 4 p.m. Central Time on Monday. And then Tuesday, we will not have Papa Joe Gamer After Dark this week. We will not have that show this week because the debate is going to be happening, and we'll be covering that over on the platform that bounces, the big green play button, and on Elon Musk's platform. So you guys come check us out there as we do the second presidential debate live panel reaction. So you guys come check that out on Tuesday at the time the debate starts. We're going to be on about a half an hour beforehand, getting warmed up and talking to you about things. But we're going to have it live over there. And those of you with DirecTV that can't get ABC or haven't gotten an HD antenna, come watch it with us. You'll have a good time because we're going to laugh about things. Anyway, come check it out this Tuesday during the debate. And then Wednesday, of course, Hump Day is for pop culture. The State of the Atmosphere comes your way at 5:30 p.m. Central Time every Wednesday afternoon, evening, or depending on what part of the country you're in. We talk about all the movies and, of course, the Sydney Sweeney spot. So you guys come check it out. We talk video games. All the pop culture stuff happens on State of the Atmosphere every Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. And then, of course, Sketching the Privateer comes your way on Fridays as I keep knocking down the first issue of the Privateer. We're going to get back to inking the pages. So you guys come check that out Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time on Sketching the Privateer. And then Saturday, it's the MFR Roadhouse coming your way over on the big green play button at 9 p.m. Central Time every Saturday. We had a lot of fun last night. Hope you join us this Saturday for another edition of MFR Roadhouse. And that's on Jed Revenwolf's channel over on the big green play button. And then it's right back around to Sunday morning with us before football. So for myself, John Das Wolfen, and the Knoxter, I want to thank you guys for being here. And until we see you again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. God bless.